Next Legacy.
Are you searching for the perfect gift? Or do you just need a unique statement piece for yourself? Well, either way, Danaya Azure will help you out. What you need is the S4S jewelry collection by Danaya Designs for You. S4S stands for strictly for a stage. Stand out at your next photo or video shoot. Snag that magazine cover. Go from being a part-time extra to an actor or actress who stays booked. Or just be the talk of the town at every event. Danaya Designs for You jewelry is handcrafted and Chicago made for men, women, and children. To start your collection, simply go to www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com. That's www.danayaazure.com.
Next Legacy.
Do you love American music? Have you ever heard of The Turkey Fought Back, Twerking with a Twang, or A Song About Us? Danaya Azure Radio is now sponsored by UncleRhino.com. You can check out all of these incredible international hits and grab some phenomenal merch at www.UncleRhino.com. They have gear for the entire family. T-shirts, hoodies, koozies, travel mugs, mouse pads, and so much more. That's www.UncleRhino.com. Tell them Danaya Azure said.
Next Legacy.
Excuse me, you got the time? That's one of my favorite lines. Told her my phone just died. It's on vibrate. I just lied. She said at 3:30. Cracked a smile that she replied. On my mid condition of my head, singing pretty brown eyes. Hope I ain't coming on too strong. Mommy, I apologize. Me, I move different. I ain't like these other guys. Actions speak louder than words. I can show you otherwise. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You a diamond in my eyes. All these cuts on my wrist, but I ain't thinking suicide. Maybe I can get your number. I'm free around 5. If you're not busy, we can have some fun in the city. I asked if she pumped. She said, yeah, I be on my ditty. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Are you in a rush? I ain't trying to cause no fuss. I was thinking dinner, just the two of us. Can I get your number? Later on, I'll call. Do you believe in love? I'll catch you if you fall. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Are you in a rush? I ain't trying to cause no fuss. I was thinking dinner, just the two of us. Can I get your number? Later on, I'll call. Do you believe in love? I'll catch you if you fall. Do you believe in love? Yeah, I'll catch you if you fall. You know I kick game as if I play soccer. I ordered the brown rice and the veggies. She wanted the lobster. I be on my vegan shit. She asked, can I keep a secret? Sure I can. Looked at her, grabbed her arm as we started to dance. She said, I hope you understand, but I do got a man. Hope we can have this one night. In my head, I'm thinking that's the plan. Made her my cheerleader. Had her pom-poms in my hand. Every time they ask about me, she tell them I'm just a friend. Who you know cooler? I get cheese, smoke Gouda. Learn lessons with no tutor. Chubby guy like Buddha. Handle business on my own, but I still know shooters. You niggas don't measure up. I'm beyond rulers. This that Harley Davidson lifestyle. Y'all still riding scooters. I be on my Jesus shit. Watching out for you Judas. Still chasing young cat. Getting scratched by Krugers. Too many Hennessy shots. Weed and hookah. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Are you in a rush? I ain't trying to cause no fuss. I was thinking dinner, just the two of us. Can I get your number? Later on, I'll call. Do you believe in love? I'll catch you if you fall. Excuse me, miss. What's your name? Are you in a rush? I ain't trying to cause no fuss. I was thinking dinner, just the two of us. Can I get your number? Later on I call. Do you believe in love? I'll catch you if you fall. Do you believe in love? Yeah, I'll catch you if you fall.
Danaya Azure Radio is when you see the underground, your music, your station. And we are here with the fabulous celebrity photographer. Jason McQuain is back from New York Fashion Week.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you
What's
doing?
going on? Oh my goodness. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, because that's what we do here at Danaya Azure Radio. Yes.
What's going on?
Oh my gosh, it's been such a crazy month. What's going on with you? Yesterday was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, the girls coded. So out here we have our Kentucky fashion show in April, and so we had our Chicago rehearsal yesterday, and our models just completely slayed. They're so amazing. I love Love Out Loud Charity because it's not just a fashion show. It's about suicide prevention and anti-bullying, and you saw that yesterday.
Wow.
Just so powerful.
I think yesterday I am, this is my second year with Sherry in the production. I've known Sherry since 2014, but I didn't know what I was getting into when I first started, and now that I've really gotten into the base foundation of this organization, man, it touches so many lives. And yesterday, we got to see firsthand the effects of suicide and how it affects people. And I think that, I really wanted to say this. I know you guys were wanting to know exactly what I was talking about earlier. Me and Miss Dee Dee over here, we got emotional. A mother came in, and she had just suffered a loss of her son to suicide just 6 weeks ago. And the raw emotion poured out, and you can really see the pain and the effects of suicide. And I haven't said much about it. I know that Danielle and Sherry and a few friends know, but I've struggled with suicide in my own life, and I wanted to just dive in. I don't like to sweeten things up because it's still in my heart, but to see how it affected somebody so deeply, and I've never experienced that. I've never experienced where someone has lost someone to suicide, and especially a mother. So I was stunned. I couldn't feel it any deeper, and it hit home to a lot of us with loss. And how did it affect you? I know it saw you really emotional.
Broke down. So for those who don't know, because actually everybody doesn't know because I haven't, I've released it officially on Facebook about 2 weeks ago. No, not even a week ago. Yeah. Because my mom passed on January 20th.
I'm sorry to
Most
hear
of
that.
you all know that she's been sick. She had colon cancer that I probably did not reveal to y'all. She had stage 4 colon cancer, so she just passed on January 20th. We had her memorial on February 23rd. And the reason that I even talked about it is because my cousins all posted, and I was like, really? So, okay, we just going to post the thing without letting me know? Okay. But I was planning on talking about it on Monday.
We're just going to do it and not let you know.
It's because they all came in. My cousins all came in from around the country. I have such an amazing family. They came in from around the country. The minute they found out she was sick, they all booked a flight to come see her. I am truly blessed. Yesterday was incredibly hard for me because both of my parents have attempted suicide on multiple occasions.
I didn't know that.
My uncle died from suicide when I was 10, and I attempted suicide on multiple occasions when I was from 9 to 12. So it was very, very powerful to really see somebody affected. I've had friends that have attempted. I've had friends that have been cutters and all that kind of stuff, but really, that was the first time that I saw a parent and the pain that they went through. Like, I've heard about it because I have like another Facebook friend, his daughter committed suicide not so long ago. And, you know, and like you can see, I don't really talk like that, but like you can see this post, how much in pain he was. But to see the mother yesterday, it was so emotional for me. Because of that, most people that know me for real, like, know how important her mom was to me, and how if I had not had her, I would not be the person that I am today. Like, people asked about the dazzlers, like, are you gonna create that? I was like, y'all just shook now, because this is not gonna happen. Like, we tried it, it's just not. I don't have that gene, so I got the jewelry. Y'all can borrow the dazzlers, but you know, there's not gonna be any more new ones. You know, but it's just more the fact of, for me, I think it's more the fact of knowing what she went through, and knowing what what we've gone through as business owners, and what we've gone through in terms of being creatives, and knowing the fact that people would rather, for me, I'm in like this really weird place where I have anger and still grief, but more anger because I know what she went through when it came to people loving the designs but not wanting to purchase them, and choosing to go and find people that have copied the designs and go to them as opposed to going to her. Yeah.
Oh, I've been there.
So I had to be I told my friends, I was like, I have to figure out a way to post this so I don't flip out, because the people that should be commenting aren't. And that's okay though, because y'all just want to get deleted. That's how that's gonna work. I need to spend some of my time anyways.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So if you've known me over 20 years and we have had no conversation about this, we have a problem.
Right.
So, you know, and that includes family. I have an aunt that like had the audacity to comment on my thing. And she's like, you know, I know we're not that close, but I'm like, why would you even say that right now? Like, and first and foremost, I could have just been like, and that's your fault, but we're not even going to go there because I'm not even getting into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're like,
there's no place for that at this moment. You know
why,
what I mean?
like, why would you even put that energy out there? I know we're not that close, but my condolences. You have my father's number and you have my information. You could have been called me like a year ago.
But you know what I've learned though? You can't hold that against them. You have to be like, you know what?
Exactly. I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all. That's it. You know, because at the end of the day, I want to share this because I know someone had asked me earlier why I seem like I don't really allow a lot of my problems to bug me, even though I speak about them. That's not how I always was. We have Claire on live, and now Claire is one of the models that
I love. Claire. Oh my God, herself. I'm so proud of her.
She says, for me, it struck me so hard yesterday because when I was suicidal, I didn't understand the hurt behind my mother, and it was really, really life-changing to see the impacts firsthand and to see what I thought about putting my mom through. It was so hard to imagine. She is such a strong woman. I hope they both rest in peace, beautiful souls. So yeah, I think that's kind of what hit me. It was that like that needed to be seen.
Yes.
I feel like that's rare to see, and for kids to realize that, listen, you know, it always gets better, and to choose the wrong path of ending your life, that emotional damage never leaves. And I think that's what, you'll heal. No, you don't technically heal. You just have a way of coping or making the hurt less powerful, I guess, within life. You know, I lost my mother to homicide. She was murdered. It wasn't suicide, but still, I lost her to a tragic incident. They're the same thing. It's murder. You know, when you take your own life, you're committing murder against yourself, and that kind of trauma is, man. Anyway, to lighten up the situation, you know, I was thoroughly impressed with how people connected, how people listened.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and the audition. Speaking of the audition, we have a special guest on his way. Somebody I met, one of Chicago's upcoming models, and I'll introduce him when he gets here. And big shout out to Sherry Gearhart for putting on the entire audition and rehearsals. She is due anytime soon with a little baby Sherry, Miss Gigi.
Yes, Miss Gigi is on her way, y'all. Like, it's going down.
And Miss Leslie Garnett, which is my sister in coaching, the diva herself, which I'm going to take this moment to be a little bit indulgent. March 23rd and 24th, I am bringing my masterclass to Chicago, which will be the first time I've ever done that. And Miss Leslie will be co-coaching with me in Chicago.
Excited. I'm so excited. Like, that's so so amazing. You guys work so well together.
We really do.
Like you really do.
It's hard to find that synergy.
It is, but y'all just got it. It's beautiful. I'm excited to work with y'all this weekend. Like we're going out to Kentucky.
Oh yes, tell them where we're going, girl.
Yes, we are going down to Louisville, Kentucky. We have rehearsals for the 3rd annual Kentucky Derby Fashion Show for Live Out Loud charity. Man, every time we go to Kentucky, they have such an amazing spirit. Like just beautiful, beautiful people. I love the energy down there. Just such a great vibe. Like Chicago, y'all showed up and showed out yesterday. I was so proud. I'm so proud of everybody in this organization because they truly are there because they care. They truly are there because they have suffered from depression or been bullied before or know somebody who has, and it takes a lot to be able to say that publicly.
Well,
Hey, sorry. You two came in like, Sean, what's good? Hello.
Oh, is there a way to tag me on that?
I'm trying to tag. Your thing's acting a fool.
See, Facebook be acting a fool all the time.
Acting a fool, I swear. Facebook be acting a fool.
But I think
I tagged one of your pages. It's not tagging the other one.
When I was speaking to a few models, because I do speak one-on-one sometimes on Facebook, and some of the models from LOLC will hit me up. And one of the things is that we didn't think that you were, really understand what we're going through, because you're this, that, and the third. I was like, baby,
Right.
If anyone understands, it's me. Like I've been through bullying. I've been through suicidal. I've been through having been raped and molested and things of that nature. And I've learned to maneuver through those emotions. And I think especially with, oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. I just got exclusive news. Luke Perry passed away 30 minutes ago.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Let me verify this.
I know he was in the hospital. Oh Jesus, no.
Wow, I grew up to him. Let's see.
Oh wow.
On TV, Luke Perry. Wow, rest in peace if this is true.
I know he was in the hospital. Oh wow.
Yep, he passed away. Oh my gosh.
Prayers and condolences go out.
Massive stroke, they said.
Yep, I heard about that. Prayers and condolences go out to the family of Luke Perry. My God.
But you know what? In death, there is always life.
Yes.
So, my condolences, but you're in a better place now.
Mm-hmm. You got to do a 45 no more.
Right, shoot. Your heart is healed, honey.
Yes.
I'm a different type of person, y'all. I don't do the whole sadness with death. I praise death because that's a release from this earthly tether.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
It's a process.
I'm not there yet. I'm not like, people everyone's asking me like, well, how are you doing with this? I'm like, I don't. It's like and it's sad because like I'm trying to like just be strong and stuff, but then it really comes out when I'm like I just get quiet. Like I literally just get quiet, and I know that my energy is different. And I apologize for that, but I don't think y'all understand that like literally who I am is no longer here. So like the person that made me the exact way that I am is no longer here. So it's gonna take a little time for me to get back to the way that I was.
Oh no. Oh no. The bridges are falling. Sorry, my live fans. But something that helped me out. And I still struggle with my best friend Crystal's passing. That has not been something I've been able to heal from. But what helps me is that friends or mutual friends or even friends of mine always remind me when I get into this zone, what would Crystal want you to be doing right now? Like seriously, what would she do if she sat there and saw you right now physically crying over her? She'd probably slap the taste out of my mouth. Like Crystal was not one to play with. She doesn't want you being sad, depressed. And she always said, if I ever pass away, don't cry. But at the end of the day, you cannot fight the feeling of someone that you're close to or physically we're close to not being there. It doesn't matter how many times I tell you, oh, she's here in spirit. You're going to be okay. What would she do? It's different.
It's just different. My mom was one of my biggest supporters. And so even and it's so crazy because it's like she passed away like right after her birthday, right after I finished school. And it was like she's just held on long enough for me to see me finish school.
That's awesome, though.
And it's bittersweet because I'm like, you could have held on 2 months now. You would have seen me walk down the stage, But it was time because she had gotten to the point where she just wasn't able to walk. She wasn't able to talk,
yeah.
and so all of that, and so I'm sure that definitely weighed on her. But she lasted a lot longer than we really expected. And I told Sherry, I'm like, because you had her taking that molasses, that really helps. Like that was a huge help, and that prolonged her life a few more months than we would have had. You know, I think a lot of people kind of forget when it comes to family and friends, like how little time we have,
Yeah.
and how important it is to because we're rushing and going, but you have to take out time and I my last month of school, I sacrificed that because I was like, my last class, I was like, I can't keep coming home this late. I got to make sure my mom is fine. And I sacrificed it and got a lower grade, but I still got a C, and which was fine because I got A's and B's and everything else. So hey, but for me, and it was interesting because I was supposed to come last week, and I just couldn't because I had no energy after doing that memorial, after preparing that memorial and all that. It was so much that had gone on. But
this is still recent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the memorial last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We just had the memorial on the 24th, but she passed on January 20th. And we did that because we wanted to make sure that everybody had funds to come in and be comfortable. We wanted y'all go broke to come here, So it was good to see my cousins, though. Their cousins are awesome. They do music and art and just amazing, beautiful.
Amazeballs.
Yeah. I mean, one of my cousins is an international photographer, muralist. He
wow.
goes around the country. Yeah. He has a mural in England right now that was at the Black Panther premiere. Which is incredible. But another cousin is a music producer. Another cousin, he's a flight attendant by day, but he's also one of the most amazing vocalists you will ever hear. Just super, super dope. And then two of my cousins are therapists. Thank God. That's how.
Well, I would love to have that myself.
Shout out to Dr. Robbins. Man, jeez Louise. I was like, and what was so crazy, she just right exactly when my mom got sick is when she changed her practice and she went into therapy for cancer patients. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It was meant for her to do that because it was easier for her to help me to cope with everything that was going on.
Now I'm trying to share this with my family. I'm still old school, so it's hard for me to share things via here. Oh, our model is here. Ooh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go get him.
So go ahead and grab him. I'm gonna play this track real quick called Black Diamonds.
Black Diamonds shine bright like a diamond.
I can't remember the artist because the artist. Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna see all these artists real quick. Artists, when you send over your MP3s, I need you to make sure that they're tagged properly so we can give you guys a shout out. Come on now. We should never have this question of whose music is this, right? But so this is Black Diamonds. You guys go ahead and listen to this right here on Danaya Azure Radio, Windy City Underground. Get music, get station. Let's go.
Many diamonds in the world there are, but one surely stands out thus far. Black diamond. Yeah. The queen is she, but she can be so chocolate with royalty. Be birth and Nefertiti, lovely. My favorite color is ebony. So say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flexion, the deeper the root. I give my holler to my sisters, dark skinned, yeah. So self-cares, if don't nobody else care. And yeah, I know they try to beat you down a lot. It's only because you possess something that they ain't got. A beauty rare, dark and lovely like King Solomon got. You got to dig deep to find one. X marks the spot, you are a treasure. Pleasure, I get you not. Your skin is thicker than chocolate, it's Hershey butterscotch. Your way is milk, it's silk, it's smooth, whatnot. If this genre of music kind of face, if yours hip hop's black diamond.
You're precious to me. What a blessing ought to be. You are mine, you are mine. skin is beautiful, the ball skin. I just wanna come close to your heart. Oh,
The darkest nights, still black diamond shines so bright. Midnight be her majesty. So precious you are to me. Yeah. Beautiful, she's beautiful from head to toe, susceptible to things below. Never Joe, she's superior, remarkable. We got tight, delectable for sure. She's so dark, how does she glow? So this is the moon slow. If you think about it, then you'll know why black women are so special. Don't ever walk with your face down. The skin you wearing is a crown. Only ignorance will frown. Knowing true beauty is found in the depths of darkness. There's a king found with many minutes. You gotta see God first to ever find one. A black
diamond. You're precious to me. What a blessing gonna be. You're mine diamond. I just find it dark skin, it's beautiful, the ball skin. I just wanna come close to your heart. Oh, yeah.
Embodiment of true beauty. Chocolate, ebony, Her Majesty. Yeah, Queen of she, but she can be dedicated dearly to all sisters, white or black. But my heart always goes for those who are seemingly overlooked, downtrodden, looked upon and despised. But you a diamond in my eyes, yeah. Black women, a prized possession. So I hold you with esteem, high esteem, royalty, black diamond.
Can't think, must be losing my mind. No, cold sweat, hot mess, feeling chills down my spine. Then back starts to fall, your leaves, you feel it cold. Get home, rushing like I'm chasing fools go. I'm in trouble, nothing but trouble. I'm in trouble, yeah. I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. You're cause I'm in trouble. Bless my soul, so Lord, you shine. One little bite, I am charmed for the night. Midnight, he's a tiger, where's the keys of the wake up my soul, I'm at the call. I'm in trouble. Keep it on the inside, try to hide, try to hide, try to hide. Keep it on the inside, try to hide, try to hide, try to hide. Keep it on the inside, try to hide, try to hide, try to hide. Keep it on the inside, try to hide, try to try to hide, keep it on the inside, try to hide, try to hide, try to hide, keep it on the inside, try to hide, try to hide, try to hide, keep it on the inside, try to hide, try to hide. Oh, yeah. I'm in trouble. 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 God knows I'm in trouble. Yes, 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 I'm in trouble. I'm in
Welcome back. This is Danaya Azure Radio on Windy City Underground, your music, your station. I have the fabulous celebrity photographer and celebrity model coach, Jason McQuain, is in the building, and we have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Joseph Weatherspoon.
Joseph Weatherspoon. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, Joseph, so what do you do?
Well, I am a model and I'm an aspiring entrepreneur.
Awesome.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Very, very cool. So so you're a model. So who have you worked for so far?
So far, just Blake Martin.
Shout out to Blake Martin, my
Yes.
brother here in Chicago, one of
Yes.
Chicago's premier model coaches as well.
Yes, Blake Martin is definitely dope. So if you done acting, modeling, right?
Just mostly modeling.
He's still new,
Very
but he's got the look, y'all. If y'all follow him on what is it, Joseph.Weatherspoon on Instagram, check him out, follow him, comment on some photos. We got some big things happening with him soon. So tell us about your experience yesterday at Live Out Loud Charity. What did you take from it?
Well, I enjoyed it, and I feel like it's important to spread awareness about suicide prevention and anti-bullying. Just the fact that it is an extremely important extremely important topics to get into. I feel like a lot of people overlook it, and it's sad that it's a lot of lives being taken.
A little bit closer.
It's a lot of lives being taken from that.
Have you ever experienced that yourself?
As a kid, I experienced depression and low self-esteem.
Okay.
That's sad. I feel like we all have in some way, form, or fashion.
And with modeling, it kind of helped me out with my confidence.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
Low self-esteem.
Yeah, I know the ladies loved him because they were talking about him the entire time. He was walking for us yesterday, and them ladies like, what's his name? He's so cute. I had to give them ladies looks. Focus. Oh, he all geeking and stuff. Whoever it is, he blushing.
Oh, awesome.
So, tell us, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your goals?
Well, my goal is to actually achieve a supermodel.
Ooh.
And
Nice. Okay.
starting my businesses.
What kind of businesses?
Real estate.
Okay.
Nice.
New York's going to give you the money. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Chicago, I don't know. Chicago's coming up, man.
Chicago's coming up
Like fast.
Yep.
This is like a mini New York that's
Yes,
getting on that
yes,
standard. Hi, guys, on my live. How are y'all?
Definitely. Chicago's definitely coming up when it comes to real estate for sure.
I just wish the modeling would come up a little bit better.
Well, here's the thing.
The shade.
Here's the thing. Well, everybody needs to come. People need to understand the importance of networking. One, not tearing each other down.
Yeah.
Two, and Chicago is just not there. Chicago does not get supported by the city when it comes to fashion the way that New York does. We just don't.
Well, I think it's what brings people to the city. New York's been doing it for such a long time, and New York Fashion Week was one of the first fashion weeks in the United States back in the day.
Exactly.
And I think that, again, the history of fashion, the history of the actual fashion shows, the fashion lines, the fashion houses are what a lot of coaches and models need to understand before you can go teaching it.
That part.
You know what I mean? Because like I can go to LA, and LA's Fashion Week is great and everything, but there's nothing compared to New York. Well, actually, there's nothing compared to Milan and Paris. I mean, that's to me, that's the creme de la creme, and you just kind of go over there and you feel bougie, even if it's a small show. You're just like, oh, I'm in a Paris Fashion Week. But New York Fashion Week's so high energy, so fast paced, and just in one show, whether it's big or small, you can meet so many people that are networking.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all creative aspects.
Yes.
You got makeup artists, hairstylists, producers, press. You've got the press PRs, marketing. You've got owners of businesses, designers, and honestly, this as a modeling coach, this is my biggest advice to get to any model. If you go into a fashion show or even a photo shoot, and you're sitting there on your phone, you're tweeting, you're living, you're streaming, you're chit chatting about anything other than shoot or the show, then you're not doing your job.
Come on.
Because at the end of the day, you're not there to sit there and just walk a show. You're there to network. Shout out to Isaiah Branch, who is one of our newest signs on IE Models. Every time I take him to a show, every single time, or if he just goes to a show on his own, I'll get several texts. Hey, met this photographer. Hey, met this designer. Hey, met this model.
See?
And he sends that to me. I'll send that to you. I'll be like, hey, this model will look great with you on a shoot. Hey, I need some of your designs to put on this model. And my network gets that network. That network gets that network. Isaiah is a perfect example of someone who works. And also shout out to Fonica Banks because she does it too. And Leslie says networking is key.
I love Leslie. She's so amazing. We got to get on the show one day, but she works during the day, so it's kind of crazy. We're gonna do some lives when we're in Kentucky, though. We definitely got to do some lives together in Kentucky.
Yeah. You need to bring your show to Kentucky. Like do some some recording there and bring it back. I think that's what we'll do. Remind me. You have to give you a lip pop.
What's what I anchor? That's what we'll do. Definitely. So what would you say for you was one of the most touching moments of yesterday?
Most touching? Really not a specific touching moment, but overall everything as far as like anti-bullying and suicide prevention, like having to see that a lot of people gone through like actually was in the work of taking their own lives. It's kind of devastating, but it's amazing to see how much they overcame it and they're helping others who are on the verge of doing it, but being able to catch them.
Yeah, seeing the signs. But I think that one thing that I learned yesterday is that you never know. Like, I know you never know, but you really never know.
You don't. Suicide has no face. Like, people say all the time, like, perfect example with Robin Williams. Nobody, like, that shocked me. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Because he was so happy all the time. But when people feel like they always have to be on, they're usually hiding something.
Well, I had, we're still not sure, although the signs point to suicide. I lost a cousin a year and a half ago. They found him in the tub, and he had been passed for some time, like a few hours, and they found a bunch of Ambien in his system mixed with alcohol, which technically would rule suicide, but it was such a weird combination that it could have been like, hey, I don't want to get to sleep, it's not working, I'm gonna take some alcohol and take a shower. One thing I know, this is just me, I don't know if this is how it works, but when I go into the shower after I've taken an Adderall, I'm like, I'm ready to go to sleep. So you add alcohol on top of that, but that really made me take a step back, because last I checked, he was good, he was happy, he was doing his thing. So and even me myself, I struggle with it today. I call her sorry, Miss Danaya Azure, I call her quite often just to have someone let me know I'm cool, let me know that I'm all right, and that the stress isn't going to tear me apart, because especially with more success comes a lot more stress.
Absolutely. Yeah. People don't realize the more successful you are, the more famous you are, definitely way more stress. And I think there's this huge misconception that if you are a celebrity that you asking for all the extra crazy attention, you're not. Once the camera's off, you're expecting to go home and go to sleep to be done.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case anymore. You can't go anywhere. Like, perfect example, one of my friends, shout out to Mona Simone, actually interviewed Cardi B on her live, like, randomly, because they were talking. They said, let's go live. So they went live on YouTube. And that was the very first interview that I saw from Cardi B when I was like, wow. Like, She was just herself. There was no crazy, no nothing, no crazy, just herself. And it was beautiful. I was like, this is the first time I've never seen you not on. And it was awesome.
Like, yeah,
all that was gone. Like, it was just like, whoa, she's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But like, you gotta think about like everything that they've been pushing her to do and all that kind of stuff, you know. And it's like people don't realize what it is. And when you get to that point, one of the cousin that's an international muralist, he's like he doesn't really, he's known, but he likes his work to be known. He doesn't really like going on camera like that because of that. He's like, I want to be able to go somewhere and he would not know who I am, because one of his friends is an international muralist, and he everywhere they go, they're always stopping him. He's like, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I want to be.
He wants his work to speak for itself.
I want to be able to go to the store and not have people bother me, you know. And that's what people don't realize. That's the drawback of the situation. And no, it's not okay. And people are like, well, if the paparazzi's not following you, then you're not on. Hold on. I don't think you understand. You are literally invading people's spaces and making them feel uncomfortable, and that is not okay. It's one thing when you're doing an interview. It's one thing when you're going to an event. But when you're just trying to go take the garbage out, you don't want 1,000 people in your face.
Yeah.
Who wants that? Like, who wants that? And it's cute for you to be like, well, you know, I want to get that shot. But how much is that shot worth to you?
Well, we can talk about that because it's worth quite some money, and that's why they do it. But I mean, you'll also have the fight on people saying, you know, on the retort on paparazzi. Well, you know, at the end of the day, you leave your house, you're public domain. It doesn't matter what you think at the end of the day. And then you have that fine line where it's like, I don't care. Kanye, perfect example. At first, when he first came out, he was living for the spotlight. Now he can't stand going outside. Janet Jackson, that's all she's known. And you know, I was gonna bring Janet up, but that's my girl, that's my diva. Every man has the diva, that's mine. But like, perfect example. I saw her when she came up with the 20YO album at the Virgin Megastore on Times Square when it was still open. Rest in peace, Virgin Megastore. And it was the first time I'd seen a paparazzi pit created where there was at least 60 to 70 photographers in a confined space, all with flashes going off at such a rate, all anyone saw was blue. Janet, no blinks, just hi, how are you? Thank you so much. No blinks whatsoever. She lives for it. Like, it's not like she wants it, but that's her life. When you're born into it, that's what you know. But like your cousin, he started doing murals, started getting more popular, more famous, celebrities starting to know him. It's not something he's used to, and it's not something he likes or wants to know. Like, every time I do a gallery, I don't put my face in it. The majority of my art contains African American, Latino males or females, because I'm tired of seeing whitewashed galleries and art. And so most people think like I'm an African American man, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And I don't have to be African American to appreciate art. I don't have to be Latino to understand the culture. And I think that's one of the biggest issues right in today's society is that, oh, well, you're white, you don't know. You're right, I'll never know what it's like to be a black man in America. I'll never know what it's like to be a Latin man, but I can understand your plight because I'm a gay white man in America who has dated primarily African-American men. Yes. That doesn't mean that I know what it's like to go to a store and be African-American, be treated differently. But as a visual person, I can see it happening and I can understand because I've been bullied and beat my whole life because I'm gay. It's the same, but it's not the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, and I always get frustrated when it comes to I love my people, but I need them to get it together. Because like, especially when it comes to like when it comes to the rainbow community, there's a misconception that it's like you have to do either or. I don't know what these people are doing. I'm asking y'all.
There's some rumbling going on in the studio. I was like, oh my gosh, WWE next door.
Right. I'm like, I don't know what y'all doing. Don't break the mirror. Don't break the window.
Right, sorry.
But like, you know, it's crazy because there's this misconception that you have to choose. Either you're gonna be black or you're gonna be gay. Like, and especially like I feel sorry for African American rainbow community women and men.
Yeah,
it's like they're stuck right in the middle.
Oh, like, no, they're not. I'll tell you why. They're stuck on a whole nother spectrum. The majority of African American gay men that are my friends, and when we have these deep conversations, they're like, I cannot go hang out with a straight man because he's going to be labeled as gay, and he can't hang out with a gay man or he's going to have a stigma put on him. And as an African American man in today's society, that's the worst thing you could have, because not only is your family, but your church and your friends are all going to judge you. Whereas like a white man, it's like, whatever, gay, not gay. Of course, you go south of the belt, it's everybody. But you know, you already have a plight today of being born an African American person in a racial binded society with this jerk of a president that we have. You add the stigma of being gay onto it, you're doubling your plight, actually tripling it if you really think about it, because you can't even go outside without being made fun of, especially if you're a feminine man and you're okay with that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like if he was a gay man and
Absolutely.
walked out today acting the way he is, he probably wouldn't have much of an issue. I mean, he would in certain areas, but if he walked around saying girl this, girl that, yes honey, he would be a target depending on what area he's in.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the issue that we're holding today when it comes to African American gay men. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You should love them. You should cherish them, because they are a part of a human society.
Yes.
That's just me and my knowledge, my perception, my opinion.
It's very true. You know, and I think, I mean, like I grew up around the rainbow community. I have several family members that are part of the rainbow community. So like I have a totally different perspective. And especially when it comes to the church, I'm just like, I wouldn't even go to the churches that are talking about all gays are going to hell. No, we're not having this conversation. We done. Bye. Nope. Nothing to seek here. Y'all lost your mind. So I didn't go to church until I was like 18.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off that. Yeah. And I don't want to go deep into religion, but I left religion specifically for the fact that they always find some way of making someone feel bad about something.
Agreed.
And in my experience, okay, so this is for those who are open-minded. I was told by a friend of mine to go to this little thing. I'm not exactly sure what we went to, but it was some kind of like prophet who's not necessarily religious or biblical, but she's spiritual and she believes in all religions, believing in the same thing.
Okay.
But she said, you know, before you go believing in any Bible, any Quran, any I Ching or whatever it is that you read, think about the first time that you learned any religion. When was religion first introduced to you as a human being? And you think about it, the majority of the answer is when I was conscious of being a human. You know, okay, well, what if I told you I didn't give you a Bible, I gave you the 7 Harry Potter books, and I said people aren't going to believe that this is true and that this is fake and this is science fiction, but what if I told you this really happened hundreds of years ago, blah, 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 and I taught you that from a child? Would you believe in Harry Potter? Probably, and you would tell everyone else, well, you're not right because you don't believe in magic. So at the end of the day, if you were raised that way, in my opinion, I really don't have anything to talk to you about, because you have a controlled mind. I broke free of that, and I'm very concise on what I believe in, and I don't trash or disrespect other people, which is where my point is. Right. If you're a Muslim, assalamu alaikum, my friend. I love you and I respect you and I care for you and I respect your religion. If you're Christian, praise the Lord. If you're a witch, blessed be. I don't care. I only care that whatever you believe in is a positive and loving God or universe or spirit.
Yes. Absolutely. You know, and that's my biggest problem when it comes to organized religion, is the fact that they're so incredibly judgmental, especially the Catholics. I'm like, I'm confused, but you going ahead and you are just transferring your priests to other churches as opposed to kicking them out. I'm confused on how you talk about anybody else, and you're allowing this to continue. I've been allowing this molestation of children to continue for years, but you want to judge somebody else. What? I'm confused on how this.
Yo, you opening cans of beans, girl.
No.
Because, I mean, look at the news now. Almost every single preacher that's mostly homophobic has been homosexual.
Yes.
Pornographic. What's the word? Pedophilic, or literally having 4 or 5 side pieces men in the audience while the first lady's sitting there like, well, we had unprotected sex last night. Like,
oh, speaking of, let me bust the myth real quick. So there's a misconception that people are trying to add the word P to the LGBTQ. Okay, that is one, that's not true. And two, even if it was, it would be for pansexual, not pedophilia. Let's be very clear. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why y'all trying to say.
Well, here's my thing as a gay man. Stop adding letters, damn it. Like
rainbow. That's why I say rainbow, because I'm so confused.
I'm so over that. Like and people are gonna hate on me about that. Like
It's
so many like
LGBTQ. That's it. End of day.
That's all.
Cis that. If you are a trans woman or a trans man and you have transferred into the transitioned into the sex that you are, then you are that. There's no, we don't have to define and add stuff like that. If you're a woman and you were born a man in your mind and your soul and your body, and that's who you believe you are, and you transition, you are now a man, sweetheart. There's no other anecdotes that needs to be known. And if you're adding that because of a sexual partner wanting to know if you are really a man, but that's just kind of contradicting what a trans person is. And I'm just learning all this. Like I'm up there. I'm not gonna say my age, but what I'm saying is I'm just learning the fact that, you know, what cis means. I mean, why is cis even a thing? Like, I don't get it. I don't. By 20 years from now, it's gonna be LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, F, G, Z, Z of R, Q, 4, 5, 8, sign, pi sign, print sign. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's why I just say rainbow. It makes it clear, concise.
A reading rainbow.
Shout out to LeVar Burton for that one too. But like, you know, and it's sad because there are so many amazing people that are in the rainbow community, and a lot of, unfortunately, African Americans will never find out because their church has told them that they're bad and this and the third. And I'm just like, come on, G, like I cannot.
Well, I think my sadness comes from knowing that there are so many people that are living a lie in their life because they're being controlled by the Bible or they're being controlled by the Quran.
Yes.
And that's not who they truly are. Now, and by that, I mean, there are people who are genuinely straight and genuinely religious and genuinely believe that. And that's not what I'm speaking about. So don't be offended if you feel that way. If you are being offended, 9 times out of 10, there's something in you that I'm speaking on.
Agreed.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
What about you? Have you experienced any kind of things like that, prejudice, racism in your life? And if so, how does that affect you? And especially being from the Chicago area, what is your perception on things like that in your life?
Well, I did experience racism. I remember I was walking in the alley with friends, and police had pulled us over, just expecting us to have weed on us. Like, I found that really.
You could tell the difference.
You just think that, okay, we was on our way to play some basketball, and just stop us, but just thinking we got some weed on us.
Oh, CPD. Oh, CPD. Jeez.
Oh, NYPD. Oh, LAPD. Oh, every PD.
Well, they've actually called us the most corrupt. I believe it.
Well, Jussie Smollett and R. Kelly. We could go with Jussie
wait.
Smollett because that's still fresh. Oh, I've heard up and down, left and right, yes and no.
No, but don't say, did you hear what actually happened?
Well, not well.
He did get jumped, but it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, no, I read that. But at the end of the day, it's like there's truth in both somehow. Yeah. There's a fine line because I mean, at the end of the day, if you were really, 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 really that innocent, Jesse, and I have some beef with Jesse, which I'll get into in a second, then why didn't you hand over your phone? If you have nothing, no, he didn't. At first, he didn't. He wouldn't let them touch his phone. No. And then they were like, oh, you need to unlock ABCD. He's like, no, you're not getting that. Why do you need that? That's my personal stuff, which probably means he was, you know, having some pictures in there. But I don't care. You're going to see everything. I'm like, don't swipe left and right. But here's, you know. But my thing is like, come on, bro. Like, you have to be cooperative if people are going to believe you. But then, of course, there's corrupt things. People are like, oh, he's a celebrity, and this will be a great time for the police department to shine. That could probably what would happen. But
yeah, it's tricky because, like, from like the last thing that I heard was the fact of like the guys. But like, and I understand it too because the guys are Nigerian, and that country specifically is homophobic.
Yep.
Like that whole country, like some. There are sections that aren't, but there's something about that country there. And I heard a lot of Africa is homophobic, which I'm like, seriously? Like, really, y'all? But, you know, and so apparently what happened was that there were people on the set that were telling him, you know, maybe this is a good idea, but I'm sure that he was probably just thinking, like, well, maybe I can change their minds kind of a deal. You know, and it's just, and it's sad because the way that it was pushed out there, the fact that from the minute that it was even announced, the media was like, oh, you know, that it was alleged as opposed to just saying hate crime. That was the first thing that is alleged. And I'm like, you were trying to find something wrong from the jump, and that's where my issue was.
That I do understand.
That is where my problem was. And so when it came back, and they're like yes, he knew the people. Yes, he gave them a check for training, and that's exactly what he said. That's what it says on the messages. And they're like, yeah, they set him up. I'm like, I believe that. And I believe.
My friend says, what's your beef? So my beef is this, and it's going to be very quick. I went to go see him and actually shoot a performance he had in DC at SOB Lounge, which I'll never, ever, ever attend to. And I will publicly state that is the worst place I've ever been to in my life for a venue.
Wow.
I was told I could have a press pass, which I never got. I had a ticket. I was right next to the stage. I've been sitting there for an hour and a half waiting on him. They had Eden's Crush perform beforehand, which I got to shoot. And then these privileged white girls, very privileged, sat to a table behind me and complained that I was photographing in front of them. So the owner of the establishment told me to leave. Not only did he tell me to leave, he got security to move me, which bumped my lens, which didn't destroy it. But at the end of the day, if it did, I'd been SOL. So I had to move all the way back. Mind you, I'd waited an hour and a half. I told Jesse's team, his road manager, and some other guy who claimed to be a stylist, but I know he wasn't. His road manager said he would tell and fix this situation. I'd be up. Ended up not happening. Jesse was late for like 10, 20 minutes or something, and I ended up leaving the venue, tweeting about it, tweeting to Jesse, his road manager, and his management. They read it. They never responded. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I was there, took a day off to help you guys. It's just common courtesy. One of y'all could have reached out because I saw all three of you read the tweet. And I know you're busy, but when there's an issue, it doesn't matter what business you are in. It is common courtesy to be like, hey, so sorry about the situation. I'll be in New York next week. Let's get you. Let's take care of you. And then that would have been fine. So that's my beef, Jesse. You owe me, bro. Shoot. But let's get a little bit lighter, girl. What's going on? What's next?
Wait a minute. What's going on? You had your fashion week. Like, tell me about that.
Fashion week.
Like,
Wow.
OMG, guys.
So let's talk. It's been a while since I've talked to you. By the way, thank you so much for having me on the show. I love coming here. I get to just be open and free and talk about anything, which is great.
We got more time. We got 2 hours.
Oh yeah, last time we only had 20 minutes. Now we have an entire 2 hours. So New York Fashion Week this year was amazing. I got to go to a few shows. I ran 3 shows, and I was really, really happy. The agency I worked with, of course, we've been up for 1 year now. Shout out to iamanagement.org. Which is now we've transferred into IA Models. IA Management was kind of our startup. Now we are officially and permanently IA Models NYC. So we got a new roster, and we were really, really excited to get them out. And from last year, we had maybe 3 or 4 models in show. This time, all of our models were working, with the exception of maybe 2 that were kind of out of state. But I got to run 3 shows, which were amazing. The Walk Fashion Show. Shout out to the Walk Fashion Show family. Thank you so much for always showing me love and always being amazing, positive force in the fashion community and allowing independent designers and makeup artists and hairstylists to shine. Shout out to Deshaun and Crystal. I got to help produce that show with Jeremy, my boy Jeremy. He's also another model coach out of Detroit, which we work closely together, me, Blake, and Jeremy, with cultivating models and getting them work. Sorry. But the biggest thing was the Marc Jacobs show. I love Marc Jacobs. You okay? You okay? That was an amazing show. Mama is moving her YouTube everywhere. But I think more than anything was just seeing these brand new models that I've trained really flourish. Like, it's one thing to train them, but it's another to really see them put those tools into action. Because it's like, when I take on like a model as like a project and I say, hey, do you want to get signed? I then am, by contract, I develop you. I find out where your cracks in the pavement are. I seal them up. I repackage you to be able to work in high fashion or catalog or commercial, whatever it is that you're going to shine. And then it's up to you to build the house. So I'm looking at, metaphorically, all my models are building a house here and a house there and a house this, that, and the third. And just this fashion week really just showed me full circle how my work was coming around. I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but like, I felt fulfilled, and they made me proud as a big brother. Like, it's going to the show.
Yeah, but I think that's what's so dope. Like, shots to Jessie. Like, Jessie killed New York Fashion Week. I saw the shots, and like to know that I've been working with her for like 4 years now, just to see her.
Hello, sister.
Oh my gosh. Looking fabulous, doing her thing, So there's so many amazing models that I work with LLC, and to see them doing New York Fashion Week, doing all these commercials, doing television, just it's dope. To know that these young girls are the same ones that were getting bullied and were suicidal, and
now they're on fashion shows showing it out, baby.
Yes. But the way that happened was because they had a supportive family.
Thank you, Anthony.
Whether it be in their blood family or the LLC family. And I know that Jessie was definitely affected by what you told her in New York.
What did I tell her? Because you know I have bad memory.
So many things.
Oh, that's right. We had so Jessie Torres is one of our good models. She's really busted her butt on trying to get her name out there, and now it's finally coming to fruition. And I consider her a little sister. She's really been dedicated to her craft, and she came up last year for a photo shoot, and we really bonded. So yeah, I told her a lot though, a whole lot. I just want her to stay focused and keep her confidence. And I think that's kind of one of the biggest things in the industry. It's hard because people end up comparing themselves to other people.
Yes.
Let's see. This side says a long one here. I am in modeling and acting in commercial school, and I need to work for you, but I look very nice in pics. Send me an inbox via Facebook, and I want to work Fashion Week. Well, first of all, you need to DM me. Proper grammar, my friend. I'm always about proper grammar. Anthony, you're a dope. Also, Anthony Green. Anthony Green's Boo thing, I want to shout out her. She makes a completely natural and organic skin conditioning line. And let me find it while we talk because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I always forget. Y'all know my memory is shoddy. If you get to know me, I have forgotten my name. I have forgotten my own date of birth. It is ridiculous. I think I found it. Hold on. Condition Me Body Butter _ on Instagram. That's where you can go find her.
Nice. Okay.
She has an argan oil based one and a peppermint based one. Now the peppermint based one I use when I'm like stuffy, and I'll put it in the shower. I'll put it all over, and I'll just kind of like sit on it, and it's like, oh.
And she's in New York, or
she's based in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you come to my shops, my workshops, you get a little free sample of her product too. Oh, shout out to Joelle Phillips from OMGLO Cosmetics. Yes. Oh, I do want to talk about this. Okay, I really want to talk about this because this was a big. Ooh, why is that on my Instagram? The things that are popping up on my Instagram are ridiculous. I don't even go to reply that. So Joelle Phillips, she's a celebrity makeup artist who I went to school with for photography, and she got her bachelor's in photography with me, and she went into makeup artistry, started getting some celebrity clients, and noticed there was a gap, especially in the African-American skin division, where there's makeup for African-American skin, but there's certain products that just don't mesh well with African-American skin. So she took it upon herself to create an all-vegan, oil-free, and oil-free with the exception of essential oils, paraben-free and alcohol-free product called OMGLO. And it is a highlighting spray used to moisturize and highlight the skin. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because only months after she released her highlighting spray, MAC Makeup all of a sudden comes out with a highlighting spray.
I remember, yes.
I'm walking by MAC and I'm like, that looks oddly familiar. So I had them try it on me. It smells awfully familiar. So I sent it to her. Essence gets a hold of this. Essence writes a article about how primarily white-based companies are now stealing from African-American owned companies, and while Joelle's stock went up quite a bit. So I do want to shout out to any African-American woman who is producing stuff. Keep your stuff on lock, copyright that stuff, get your rights on that stuff, so if anyone takes it, you sue the living pants off of them. And by the way, she just came out with a serum. Now, this stuff is absolutely amazing, and I stress everyone to use it, especially if you're in the photography field, if you're in a modeling field, acting field. It really helps your face and skin shine and glow in the camera. Her first line, the Incredible line, is like a Puerto Rican sheen shine type deal, but it's not the kind of highlighter that's going to make you look like you got blasted with a gold dust. It's literally just a small pigment with a highlighting spray. So she's coming out with a serum now where you can use it as like a setting, I believe. So check out OMGLO Cosmetics if you have time, guys, and definitely support Black businesses in the area. She's Philly based, but she's everywhere, and she's touring this year on different conventions. I think the Makeup Show New York and IMATS.
That's amazing. Yeah, it was so funny. We had a fashion show here, and when I makeup artist Kayla, she had OMGLO. I was like, oh, that's so
I love seeing someone like, I'm like, oh my God, that's my best friend's product, you know?
Like, that's so awesome. We definitely gotta get on the show very soon.
I'm gonna try. She's a busy woman.
I know, I'm sure. You know, and it's so crazy because people don't realize what work goes into producing something.
Well, I know I'm producing candles now on the side, and it is not as easy as I thought it was. I mean, I can make you a candle, but to make enough to sell on a major basis, oh my gosh, bro.
I know you're like, this is a hobby.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
You need that startup capital.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I think like a lot of people kind of forget when you're sitting up there and you're buying all this imitation designer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're hurting the designers that actually created the product.
Mm-hmm.
It is not okay. Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's gonna break, and then you're gonna try to go to the designer like, can you fix this? No, because you decided to go somewhere else.
I'm about to throw some shade. Y'all ready?
A whole bunch of shade.
And this is what I call backed up shade, fact shade. So let's talk about designers. Being in the fashion industry, I consider a designer someone who researches textiles, who researches design, who researches how things flow, how things work, how things feel, how things react. Not someone who just prints out a logo on a silk screen and throws it on a shirt. I'm so sick of someone saying I'm a designer, but no, boo-boo, you're a graphic design artist. That's what you are, and you know how to silk screen. A designer is someone who designs. I'll take his jacket, I'll put a iridescent chiffon lining in with a pearl iridescent sheen to it.
Yes.
That's purple, that bounces off his skin tone. I'll take the inlining of his hood and I'll make it like a gold nylar or whatever. But I know my product, I know what I'm using, I know what I'm doing. It's going to flow and it's going to make a statement, and I'm going to hand make that product.
Wow.
Now, once I've gotten to a point where I can get this manufactured, that's fine. But designers, up your game. I don't mean to shade anyone, but if you hit me up saying, hey, I want you to shoot my product because I'm a designer, and I look at your page and it's nothing but hoodies and shirts with prints on it, I'm not throwing you super shade, but I am throwing you shade because it's the same as someone going to me and saying, oh, Jason, you're a photographer and I use automatic settings on my camera. I'm not a photographer. Exactly. That's not a photographer. You're just a shooter. Yep. That's all you are. A photographer can put it on manual mode and take a photograph. If I give you a camera, and I say, I'm going to put you in manual mode, take a picture of this young lady in this room right now, and have it exposed right and make it creative, you probably won't be able to do it. You get what I'm saying? Or even someone who, well, this is a big one. Now I know I'm about to get a lot of shade from this. A photographer who does do a shot, but it's like mediocre and then photoshops the hell out of it.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Do you consider that a photographer?
No, it's a headache. I'm gonna tell you.
It's a headache.
No, because like we had a photographer. I'm gonna be nice and not name names. But like I was working with some of my models and they're amazing. And we did the shoot, and it would have been dope. But then he edited it, and I was like, "What is this? Why? What is?" It looked like a cartoon. If I wanted a cartoon photo, I would have taken my photo, put it to cartoon settings, and done that. We do not want that photo edited down to the fact that you're like, is this really a picture or is it a cartoon? I'm confused.
Or, you know what's really irritating now is I'm seeing a lot of photographers copy other people's designs and work when it comes to like big shout out to Chase Photo out of DC. He has a signature look. If I see a Chase Photo, I know who took it. Yeah. And I see people ripping off his look left and right, and I'll call him out. I will go right on Instagram. Oh, nice tribute to, Chase Photo.
Wow.
And if I do a photo that's similar to someone, I will say tribute to our big shout out to blah, blah, blah for the inspiration. I always give tribute to somebody. Let's say I take a photo of Joseph posed a certain way and I have a model pose a certain way. It's like, big shout out for Joseph for showing me this type of posing for my model. Like,
yeah,
you have a credit where credit is due. What the hell is wrong with you? Like,
I don't understand that. I wasn't raised that way, so I have no clue why people think that that's okay.
Because they're lazy. That's all there is to it. It's laziness.
Yeah. They
want a free buck from copying off other people. It's almost no, don't say that. I was going to go into some producers that do that, but I mean that music is Claire on my Facebook Live says T emoji, T emoji, T emoji, T emoji.
Yeah.
No shade. That's the truth. I'm not. If you know me,
truth.
You know that I'm real. I don't lie. I don't sugarcoat. It is what it is. I try my hardest not to copy or do anything. I try to be original as much as possible. Hence why I don't post a lot on my page, because if I feel like it's too similar to someone else, I won't post it. Right. Or if it's not to the quality where I feel like a photographer should be at, I don't post it. Yeah. And that's another thing, a model advice to you. Don't post
stop posting. I'm gonna need y'all models to stop posting blurry shots on your Facebook page.
Say it again.
Stop posting blurry photos on your Facebook page. Stop making blurry shots your profile picture.
Or even that. Stop posting weed and drugs and alcohol and twerking and eggplants. Like, come on, man.
That part.
Like, why? What? okay, I know why, but why on a professional page? Like if I'm a client trying to hire you and I see you in gray sweatpants with things I shouldn't be seeing, or you smoking weed, why the hell would you think that's okay? Like what is it that's attractive about that? And I really don't understand that. And someone's, oh, well, that's hood mentality. I don't give a crap. The hood is the hood. That's what it is, and that's where it belongs.
So like you can say it's mentality all day long, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Lil Wayne can walk into a board meeting, and he has common sense when he does something.
You know why?
Because
he has money. And I'm not talking about chump change.
Yeah.
When he was first came out, no one looked his way. The only reason they looked his way was because Birdman was there. And Birdman didn't start off thug. No. He went into CEO meetings dressed in tuxes. Y'all think I'm different. I know the stuff. They're not like that. Like that's their persona because they came out with that persona. But times have changed. That's not really attractive. It's attractive to a specific crew and a specific group. And like I have some independent rap artists in New York that I know that are like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. No, you're not. I've looked at your statistics and your insights. Right. You're not, because you don't understand that all this is a image and a character. When you go into a board meeting, you'll go in there with Timbs and black jeans and an oversized white shirt. You go in there looking good and you speak eloquent. If you go into a board meeting with a record label exec, you're like, yeah, so they're gonna be like, all right, no. I need to understand what you're saying. I need to know that you understand what I'm saying. I need to know that this, that, and the third. And of course, you'll get the clap back. Oh, well, that's just white society. No, it's not white anything. That's just proper language. Like I don't go in. Well, I'll say this. I'm not saying conform. What I am saying is just build a little class to yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's not taking away from any culture, because, you know, I live in the ghetto right now. I live in the South Bronx, right in the Diego Beat Moon projects. I'm around the ghetto. I get it. But at the end of the day, you can still have a little bit of hood and still be classy. Yes. You know, you just don't need to be in there cussing and talking about female parts and calling the B word and all that in a meeting. I mean, in a meeting, bro.
Wait, hold on, bro. This is the thing. The misconception.
Exactly.
So before we even go there, shout out to Jason McQuain. He is our guest today. Say hi to IMS Illinois Media School.
Hi. What's going on, everyone? Thanks for having me.
All that fun stuff. And what is your name again?
Joseph Weatherspoon.
Joseph Weatherspoon in the building as well. He is
Mr. Weatherspoon.
He is one of our LLC models. So you're coming to Kentucky with us?
You should. That'd be great.
You should.
You should. You definitely should. I'm echoing her. You know what? Real quick, that would be a really nice name for you. Your stage name, Mr. Witherspoon.
That actually would be.
Like it has my gut tells me something on that. That should be your Instagram, Mr. Witherspoon. Yes. You like Bankable Productions, Mr. Witherspoon Productions. Oh, big piece of advice, and it's part of what I teach in my classes, is no matter what you're doing, whether it be modeling, acting, singing, dancing, professionalism, radio show host, anything, regardless if you're 16, 17, or 40, create a brand as early as possible. Don't just think you're going to be a model for the rest of your life. You know, things do have a shelf life. So especially modeling, acting, singing, and dancing more than anything, they have an age limit. But creating a brand. Oh, I read Tyra's book. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. It's coming out. Slow it down, Jason.
Tyra's book.
I read Tyra Banks's book. Let me get my radio voice on. And it was an amazing book. But one of the biggest lessons I learned was that her mother at 17, or when Tyra was 17, said, "Are you serious about modeling?" She's like, "Yes, Mama, I want to model for the rest of my life." You know, that's not a long-lasting career. She's like, "But I want to." She's like, "That's not happening. If I'm going to invest in this and I'm going to help you in this, you're going to build a brand and you're going to realize how to run a business." So she copyrighted and got her business, Bankable Productions, at 17. Now, she ran that stuff as an agent, as a management, and all that stuff, like through different agencies and things of that nature. So now Tyra is one of the biggest paid people in the world, and you don't even know it. Like, she has so many sub companies and things of that nature. But starting early, learning that business, especially you as an entrepreneur that's coming out, learn the business, learn marketing, learn strategy, learn metrics, learn social media networking and things of that nature, algorithms, what works, what doesn't work, what you excel in, what you don't excel in. And the biggest piece of advice I've gotten in the past 10 years, don't work hard, work smart. So for the past 5 years, I've been shooting, managing, doing everything in my entire business. It's like, well, Jason, you don't have a a degree in social media. Hire someone that does. Hire someone that does this. Invest in your craft, because what you're going to get is a return on your investment. That's the word of the day, children. Write it down in your books.
ROI.
I'm dropping too much knowledge. I need to take my class on the 23rd and 24th. Check out Eventbrite. My Instagram and link is in the bio. The Real Jason MC. Thank you.
The Real Jason MC. Make sure you guys follow and support. He's doing some phenomenal things. Like, oh my goodness, it's so crazy.
So let's get into some music.
Let's see. What music do we
what's
have?
hot right now? What are you listening to right now, Mr. Witherspoon?
More so everything.
Okay, define everything. If I turn on your iPod, what's the top 5 things I'm gonna see? Pop? What kind of pop?
It's a hip hop.
Oh, hip hop. Top 5 hip hop artists right now. Your favorite thing to listen to? Chris Brown. Okay,
Really?
that's.
Okay.
I didn't take you for a Chris Brown. I mean, you look kind of like Chris Brown back before he looked a mess, and when he actually looked attractive.
So his older songs or his newer songs?
Older.
Yes. All right. Now I can respect you.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Run it. All that.
What about you, Miss Danaya Azure?
I'm just an independent artist, so.
Me too.
Yes.
Oh.
So, yeah. So
That reminds me.
Alicia Townsend, Tanisha Davis, or Tanisha Terrell, so say his name.
Shout out to Sherelle Rowe.
Right? Like, I mean, like, I'm totally in the indie.
I found an indie artist, by the way, that you have got to listen to. Do you guys like? Oh, he's very clean. He's extremely clean. His name is s2e, S-T-E-E. I've actually been a friend of his for a while, but I didn't really get to see him perform till lately. But he does kind of like old school R&B vocals with new school R&B music with a classic traditional undertone to it. Okay. So, oh yeah,
awesome.
He's got a song right now hot called "I'm a Lover," which I may be choreographing for, maybe not. May have dropped some exclusive content right there. A few of you have been asking me when I was going to choreograph again, and this may be it. And he's also coming out with a new album sometime this year, but you guys can follow him at s2e Music, S-T-E-E Music on Instagram. Check him out, follow him, subscribe, and stream his music. Absolutely amazing artist, and just all around ladies man too. So ladies, go hit my boy s2e up, because he's probably going to want me to do a run on the air, but I don't know. I can't be doing runs like he does. Yeah. I'd be captioning his Instagrams like this one. I'm like, "Durr!"
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
He's gonna kick my butt when he hears this. So Joseph, tell me about a time that like something inspired you to the point where it moved you.
Well, about 2 years ago, I worked at a nurse home, and I was just looking at the owners, how they run the business, and it inspired me to run my own business.
Okay, what steps have you taken to do that?
Researching everything about the business industry and getting more knowledge through them about it.
Are you going to school currently?
I went to school. I went to Woodward Wright College.
Okay. Ooh, okay. What was your major?
Business.
All right.
Okay.
He said it also
Right.
business.
I love it. So, back to the nursing home. What, out of all the industries, what made that one stick out? Like, what was it about the way they ran their business that made you so interested?
Well, like the care that they have for people, for their residents, and the fact that they have so much.
They have some. What do you mean, like, so like the way that they treat their residents was really important?
Yes. So that inspired me to want to be able to have businesses or nonprofit or organizations to be able to help people.
So it's mainly the fact that they were helping people because I think a lot of people forget that a lot of people are in nursing homes because their family hasn't really been there for them, or some aren't able to take care of them, but a lot of them have kind of decided that they didn't want to be there. So nursing homes the purpose is to help have them have that assistance, and the family can't do it. you know, and I'm glad you're talking about good nursing homes because we've had so many things about bad ones. So
Wow, yeah.
it's good to know that there are still people out there that really do care and are in the business for the right reasons, and that's to protect their patients.
So let's talk about evil laugh. Janet Jackson's Vegas residency.
That's so awesome. Like,
Have you heard yet?
I have heard.
Oh, metamorphosis. Now, I want to talk about this because I have never been to a Vegas show because I don't understand till now why go to Vegas when they go on the tour. I can just wait till she's in my area. But I found out why people go to Vegas so much. Vegas residencies allow you to place things in your production show that are permanent so that you can actually have more production value. You can fly across the stage. You can fling things in the air and things. Because when you're touring on stage, you got to break that stuff down, put it back up. But when you have months at a time, you can install installments that stay there months at a time. So I'm very excited, except for those beep, beep ticket prices. A meet and greet to Janet is $1,500. Front row tickets are $750. Anything mid is like $350, and I think nosebleed is $70 to $100. Girl, you don't bump your head, and I don't know what to tell you, but I am not paying that. And another thing, why are y'all giving me drama? Because I'm not seeing her in June when she has an August date, and that means she's probably going to come out with an August and September and change the show completely, and then in August I'm going to see the entire show. Does that make sense?
Right. No.
Like, if I see her in July and she adds 6 songs to the set, then I'm going to miss 6 songs that I probably want to see the choreography to.
Right.
Why would I buy it in July? Y'all crazy. Y'all Janet fans are crazy. It's like Beyonce. She'll come out with a tour now, come out with an album, have a completely different show by the end of the tour, and you're spending twice the money. Like, that's a trick. That's a marketing tool. Is what that is.
They're definitely the queens of marketing. Shout out to P and Janet. They're definitely the queens of marketing.
Could you imagine them doing a song together?
That would be so dope.
Oh, Beyonce
like,
and Janet.
how has that not happened? Like, I'm confused on how that hasn't occurred already.
Record labels.
Oh, duh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
So well, you know, Missy Elliott, Janet Jackson, and Lil' Kim did a remix to Pussycat. Pussy?
Yeah.
And then the record all 3 record labels were like, no. And it was, from what I heard, was a fire remix, which would have like slayed.
See, that's not like independent because they have to deal with that mess. When you're independent, you have to deal with all that craziness. Like, that's just insane that people think that that's okay. It's appalling that this is what people think is acceptable.
So Wendy Williams is back on the show today on her show.
How's she doing today?
She's great. I'm going to read you an excerpt from ET Online. It states, after taking an extended break from the Wendy Williams show to manage complications from the Graves' disease and shoulder fracture, the host returned to her show Monday, giving fans an update on her health. Quote, "How are you doing? I'm doing much better now. Let's get started," she began. "Thank you. I've missed you too. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect when I hit the block today. I didn't know whether you would wait for me or if you would understand. Thank you so much for waiting. What happened was we were supposed to be off for 2 weeks for Christmas vacation," she added. "Towards the end of the 2 weeks, I was starting to feel thyroid issues. If you don't know about them, it's a lifelong thing. This can really screw you over, so they're just adjusting my thyroid meds, and the eyeballs are attached to the thyroid, which is Graves' disease, and I have always have had equilibrium issues with my vertigo. I'm the kind of patient I cough, I'm thinking I'm dying. I know I've gotten to that point." That sounds like a lot to go through. You have 3 things going on at one time. Shout out to Wendy for going through that, man. I don't know if I could do that.
I don't either, because like my concern with the whole situation is the fact that that she's not, I don't say spazzed out, but she's like noticeably been sick on air.
Yeah, when she passed out, man, that was crazy.
That was really scary, and I think that kind of goes back to like this whole media culture. Like, I saw a lot of jokes about that, and that's not funny.
Not at all.
Like, at all. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I don't understand how you laugh at that. Like, I don't get it.
Well, she even said that she laughed at some of them herself. But I mean, I think
not that. Like, she literally like she like almost looks like the lights went out. Like,
yeah, like her body just turned off.
So it's like, I was just like, oh my gosh. And people are like laughing, like, well, she laughs at other people. I'm like, I don't think you understand. Like,
it's serious.
Died on air, and y'all would have been laughing at that. Like, what kind of person are you to think that is okay?
Yeah.
Like, it just comes to compassion. I talked about the golden rule in the live last week, and It's about doing unto others as you would have done to you.
Yep.
Would you want somebody to laugh at you when you are severely in pain and clearly in trouble? Like, who does that? Who thinks that that's okay? You know, and the problem is that we have the society where everything's supposedly funny and everything's supposedly cool, and it's like, no, it's not. These are people's lives that we're messing with right now. Like, shout out to her for coming back, and I hope she can stay as long as she possibly can, because we're like, oh man, like that's crazy.
I love
But
Wendy though.
at the end of the day,
It's her.
at the end of the day, I hope that she takes care of herself and realize it's not about the fans, it's about you. Please take care of your health first. That's what's important. Not, you're gonna get your coin regardless. Take care of your health, because that your health is your wealth. For real.
How many of you are X-Men fans? Mr. Weatherspoon, you were kicked out of this show. I'm a huge X-Men fan, and I saw the new trailer for the Phoenix movie, The Dark Phoenix. Now, let's discuss, because it's been a huge discussion online with the X-Men forum fans and even just Marvel fans completely are in disarray. We have our first trailer that came out. Now, let's refer back to The Last Stand, X-Men Last Stand, which was a tragedy to the Phoenix story. If you guys don't know who the Phoenix is or what the Phoenix is, it's a comic book character that is pretty much a god. It exists in all multi-plans of all comic universes within the Marvel universe. And as long as there is life in any of the multiverses, it lives. So just to give you an explanation, she cannot die, and she's the most powerful being living in Marvel Universe.
Gotcha.
So this being possesses Jean Grey in the comics, and pretty much Jean Grey at that point doesn't exist in a sense. It's pretty much that, and she's this great being. She has amazing costume. She destroys things.
Okay, so wait. Oh wait, I think so. Is the Phoenix Jean Grey? Is that what we're...
Well, the Phoenix, technically, Jean Grey was dying, and the Phoenix said, "I'll put you in a cocoon in the bottom of the Hudson, and you will heal." And I'll take your place with a part of your consciousness so that people will not know that you died. But technically, it was this being, this godlike being parading around like she was Jean, and her job was to protect the Mcron crystal, which was a good thing. Right. So long story short, the Phoenix then takes Jean Grey's body and then goes into the heart of the sun. And that's the last thing you hear, but the Phoenix then comes back. We're like, okay, you and Jean were supposed to die. What's going on? Well, the Phoenix then had gotten feeling of the fact that she's God, because she was in a human being's body and found emotions, was that's like, oh,
that's not good.
I can kill you and I can create you. Oh, I'm about to screw some stuff up. Gotcha. So that's technically the story of the Phoenix. Now, the X-Men fans were mad at The Last Stand because they created this storyline where the Phoenix was just like a second personality in someone's mind. Right. So you take this almighty cosmic being and demean it into, oh, that's just my second personality. So with this next story, Simon Koberg's trying to kind of merge both stories. Like, technically that is what the Phoenix is in Jean's mind. It's another presence in her body and her mind that's trying to take complete control over Jean's massive powers. Right. And put them on like the most massive cosmic steroids known to man. So in the first trailer, we didn't see any of that. And they had this big uproar. Oh, well, he doesn't know anything. It's another Last Stand, whatever. But then in this most recent trailer, we see the actual Phoenix manifest itself and just starting to trash stuff. You have Mystique coming up saying, Jean, we're your friend. Fight it. We've got your back. And she's like, stop. And all of a sudden she's like, stop! Flings her and apparently kills her. That's kind of the rumor, because Jennifer Lawrence technically doesn't want to be doing the X-Men movies anymore. So we're thinking that she'll be the death, because there's a funeral scene. But Marvel, and I'm saying not Marvel, Fox, because this is the last movie, X-Men movie on Fox. Right. I think they're tricking us. Now, shifting planes here, they have Jessica Chastain playing an unknown enemy. I'm going to go on air and go on record and saying I'm very good at this for the most part, but I don't know. This is one of those iffy things, but I've dissected the trailer, and I think that Jessica Chastain isn't some kind of separate entity like they're trying to make you think. I think Jessica Chastain is a mental projection of the Phoenix that's within her mind, within Jean's mind, making Jean feel like there's someone next to her, coercing her into giving full control of the Phoenix. Because if you look at the trailer, anytime this enemy is in the scenes, no one else looks at her except for Jean. So I think it's this physical manifestation of her mental projection, if that makes sense. Yes. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm usually right. But I think what happens is Jean finally gives in, and then the Phoenix goes back, just So let's look up. I know that I will ramble, but I'm a huge Phoenix fan, so I'm really excited to see that.
Oh,
I hope
that's
they don't mess
awesome.
it up.
Right? Like, can we not mess it up? To be awesome. Can we not screw this up? Like, that'd be super dope.
Please, because I need a good X-Men movie. This is the last Fox X-Men movie. It needs to be epic. I mean,
Yeah.
and after like 4 months of reshoots, it was supposed to be released on Valentine's Day, but
Oh,
now it's June.
wow.
Like, come on now. I've been waiting for this for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So, Miss Witherspoon, what's next for you? What's your next move? Period. What's your next
Period.
move, man? What's your next life move? Coming to New York to shoot with you, Jason. Oh, well, thank you so much. Yes, we do need to shoot.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
Where to? Dubai. It's a beautiful place, expensive. New York is cheap compared to Dubai.
I've heard.
Like a bucket of chicken in Dubai is 20-something bucks.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong?
It's
Y'all need to
ridiculous.
get
But you
together.
can get like Louis Vuitton stuff like not cheap there though.
I've heard. Like,
Not
there
cheap.
in Paris, it's like super, super cheap.
Mm-hmm. Just regular, $200-300. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
shit. Okay. Well, that's not regular.
Well, it's
Better than
cheaper
2000.
Right, exactly. Right, boom. That part. And it's real.
Yeah, it's absolutely real.
Mm-hmm.
Comes from the source.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, we get so overpriced here. Seriously.
You know where I want to go?
Mhm.
I want to go to the Blue Lagoon.
Why the Blue Lagoon?
It's supposed to have healing properties, and it's mad cheap compared to other resorts. You can get like a VIP spa package, and you go swim in the Blue Lagoon, and it's like this, like this misty, foggy water, and it has like dead sea salts and minerals in it.
I have
so
heard about it. Yeah.
it helps the body heal, and then they have these like salt baths that are made of Himalayan sea salt all around, and it has that
wow.
mineral oil steam in it. Oh, it's so amazing.
Oh yeah, that's incredible. So incredible.
Oh, guess what I found out?
What happened?
I'm just full of information today, guys. I just like trying to get it all out before I leave because we got 15 minutes left. JetBlue has a new system or plane line, or I don't know exactly how to explain it other than it's like first class but cheap. You can go to St. Lucia for $190 one way, first class, like it's business class seating. It's called JetBlue Mint, MINT.
Do they have it in the States or is it only overseas?
It's in the States.
Oh, we're gonna check that
Yeah.
out because I gotta go to Vegas and
Oh,
LA
check it
and
out.
all this stuff.
I actually gotta go LA in July, so I'm probably going to take them. But I really want to take a trip. What does that sound?
Oh, it's very slow.
Oh, I was like, oh my God, there's something crawling under me. I'm about to take off.
No.
What's next for you, Miss Azure?
Oh my gosh. Well, going to Kentucky next week, and then I'm going to Las Vegas on April 16th for our 4th edition of Life After Sports.
That is my
Shout out to Candy Cotton. I'm so
day
excited
after my
about
birthday.
that.
I might come over to Vegas with you.
So yeah, shout out to Candy Cotton Life After Sports. She's the CEO and founder, and so we are going to be working with some students and teaching them the importance of having confidence and keeping your social media clean, and understanding that they are more than just the sport that they play. I think that's the biggest thing about Life After Sports that I love, is that we teach kids that you are so more than just an athlete, and that you have so much more value, and you can do more in the sports industry than just play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can be an announcer, you can be a coach, you can be a referee.
You can be a sports therapist.
You can be a sports therapist. These and every single one of the jobs I just named have nice paychecks attached to them.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still in the sports arena. So if you get hurt, your life's not over. And that was the biggest reason that she even created Life After Sports, was because she had so many parents coming to her that either their children committed or attempted suicide because they lost their sports contracts.
Mm.
And so after having so many people, she was like, I got to do something about this. And she created this program. And now we've been to Vegas, Houston, El Paso, New Jersey, Atlanta, LA, and Chicago. Just talking about this and getting different athletes to come out and talk to students, and getting athletes that have been overseas that didn't make the pros, but they are big overseas and all that kind of stuff. And we've helped so many kids around the country. So I'm super excited about going to LA, and this will be the second time that we're doing the event in LA. fourth time in Vegas, and then we're coming back for our very first Life After Sports boxing edition, and that's going to be on May 3rd. So like I'm blessed to work with.
If you come to New York, let me know.
Incredible, yeah.
I'd love to photograph that.
Yeah, we definitely we were trying to come to New York, but we couldn't get there were some complications with that, but definitely as soon as New York gets it together, we'll be in New York.
Oh, so the New Yorkers didn't get it together. I see all the shade.
I'm just saying that the plan was to be in New York, and then last minute it was like, oh, we can't do XYZ, and we're like, really, seriously? So yeah, when New York gets it together, we would definitely be in New York, and I will absolutely let you know about that. You know, I'm excited to go back to New York for Live Aloud Charity in September. Like, we're back in New York Fashion Week. And what's going to be so beautiful about that is our show is actually going to be on National Suicide Prevention Day. Like, that's going to be so huge, because it's just going to be so powerful for so many people. And a lot of the girls that are walking have overcame suicide, have overcame bullying. This is going to be such a powerful event, because this is going to be their way to say, I am here. And this is my time.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that we're going to be a part of that is just the most amazing experience ever.
And not just that, New York Fashion Week itself.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge.
We've done New York Fashion Week before.
Because it just escalates every year. I'm just,
so much fun.
I don't know if I can do this year. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, sir, we have a lot of work to do in the meantime so that you can utilize your time.
Yeah.
If you guys are coming to New York for New York Fashion Week, please don't come for just 3 days. You need to plan a nice 2 or 3 weeks, because at the end of the day, the castings for New York Fashion Week take place a month beforehand. I mean, they actually start in the end of July, but they go into August, late August. Some happen the day before the show, some happen 3 or 4 weeks before the show, but most high-end designers want to work on their stuff and have a clear, concise idea of their mood board beforehand. This also allows you to go to networking events and things of that nature during the time beforehand and after. So New York Fashion Week usually is anywhere between the 6th and the 18th, or 8th and the 19th. It just depends on the year, but find the dates. Make sure you're there at least 3 weeks prior and to a week afterwards. I know it's a long time, but again, like I was teaching last night, if you don't look at this like a career, then you're just going to be failing left and right.
Yes.
But yeah, I definitely have some things planned as well. Not really for Fashion Week, but for this year. I'll be doing my first 2 galleries in New York this year.
Oh, that's amazing.
I've been working for 3 years on one, and then I've been working on 1.5 years for another, which I'm still shooting. It's just hard because, a lot of this work that I'm doing lately is about being comfortable with the human body. And so when you see a nude body on something, people start screaming and yelling. So I'm trying to change that persona of different body types: fit, skinny, tall, little, tattooed, no tattoo.
Are you doing any of your fashion shoots are going to be in your...
Yeah, well, not in my galleries, but I'm definitely got some publications I'm looking to submit to. I can't want to talk about those.
Of course.
But yeah, just stay tuned. Follow me. I'm always casting. I'm always looking for models, always looking for makeup artists and hairstylists in the New York City area to work with. This year's, after I shoot for the next month or two, I think at the end of April, it will be strictly fashion from that point on, and beauty, which has been my biggest kind of like hard thing to do in the past year, because I've been trying to manage the agency. I also now manage a studio as well. Shout out to Dash Studios NYC. If you're looking for a nice, private, beautiful, and luscious space, Dash Studios NYC is actually amazing. That's why I work there. I tried a few studios, but it's like a family there, and the energy there is insane. Like every time I go there, I make a connection. I just got off the shoot with V Magazine. I had one of the cast members from Pose was doing something.
Oh my God!
I got to work with James Anthony, celebrity photographer, and he's absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's so dope.
And Lil Mama, got to shoot with Lil Mama.
Oh,
shout out to Lil Mama, hey girl.
She looks like she has such a beautiful spirit.
Oh, she does. She is. You know what the thing is? I think that people, when you meet a celebrity, you can't look at that person like a celebrity. You just can't. The minute you do, you're a groupie.
Yeah, like that's what people don't realize. Celebrities are people, real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just want to be treated like regular people. Every celebrity I've ever interviewed, that's the main thing they say. They're just chill. Like it's never. Like I fangirled out once.
Who was it?
John B.
Really?
I totally did.
I love John B, but I hate John B because that's what I was called in high school. Because in high school I looked like him.
Totally know they did. It was so crazy. It wasn't just me, all of us. It wasn't just us. It wasn't just me. It was like 4 other girls, and we totally worked out on that one. Because it was just like, we're talking to John B. Like, they don't know. This is like, what? Are you kidding me? It was so funny.
He was huge, though.
He was so
really
huge.
big.
Well, what's funny is I didn't know he didn't like boy bands. And he was so, like, he was like, I don't like any of them. I was just like, we're sitting here like, well, we can't interview and single Backstreet Boys on here now because he just trashed them.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I'm going to post that interview, actually. I'm going to post that probably on my SoundCloud. I have a whole bunch of interviews. I got to post the Next Legacy, my Kelly Price interview and all that. And so many amazing people.
I'm booked.
Different what is it? We actually had the very, very last interview with Alan Thicke, which is really cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't do that interview, but I was on that show and that was really, really powerful. The last interview, Bobby Womack. We got a lot of like really dope like last interviews which the families are very happy for.
I'm trying to think of like someone I've ever been starstruck by. I mean, well, other than Janet, but like I don't know. Maybe it's after meeting Janet, you kind of have this. Yeah. That's like Michael Jackson's sister, and she's more than an icon to me. She's a legend. She's like a goddess walking upon men. Like, but it's just how different she is in person. Like she's mad. Like, hey, what's going on?
I heard she's like really sweet because I remember you were talking to Philip when he had finished that show, and she gave him that jacket. Like I really love that, the emotional. Shout out to Philip. Like that was just so.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Philip. Keep dancing your truth. Yeah, it was his birthday a few days ago, and I shouted him out, but I'm gonna shout you out again, boo.
He's so awesome. Like
he lost a crap load of weight.
Yeah,
he lost a ton of weight.
He did. I love his energy and his spirit and just his reaction, the emotion. You could tell like it was so because he had just Janet Jackson had this contest where she had fans that performed with her. Was it the Billboard or Grammys? I forgot which show it was for. No,
it wasn't for a show. It was hashtag Dance with Janet, and they were looking to have dancers. I just about for the Billboard Music Awards. And so he made a video, and somebody sent it to somebody. Yours truly, because I'm so tired of like all these, pardon me, but these skinny little people always making it seem like you have to be a certain size to do it. I'm like, Philip might be a big boy, but he can dance with the best of them.
Yes, he can.
So I flooded everyone that I knew's timeline and their DMs with his video. I hashtagged it and I gave it to Gil. I gave it to Joey Harris. Which I don't know if Joey ever got it. By the way, shout out to Joey Harris. He's Janet Jackson's manager, amazing guy. But yeah, like guys, if you're listening to this and you're a dancer and you're a big girl, big boy, just push it, honey. Slay it. Go into the front of the class. Don't sit in the middle. Go into the front of the workshop, front of the audition, and go the F off. Like go off.
Yes. And he did, and so watching him on television and then seeing his reaction was so beautiful.
He was crying.
He was in tears because, and then watching, and then there was another piece I saw on YouTube. We talked about a suicide story, and to see that, and then to see the Janet Jackson that all came together, you could see where all that emotion came from. Because he was like, I could have not been here had I not listened to my friends. Like that's where that power comes from. People wonder why are you doing all this? Why are you working with these organizations? I'm like the reason that I'm working with LOLC, the reason I'm working with Life After Sports is because those moments are so precious. To know that you could have possibly saved someone's life,
and you never know.
Yes,
the day that you consider suicide might be the next day may have been where your breakthrough comes through. You will never know if you take your life. You will never know what you could have been. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean that's the only reason. Well, that's the only reason. That's why I keep going. Like you got to keep going. Any closing notes from you, Mr. Witherspoon? Anything you want to tell anybody, and announcements and follows and Instagrams and Twitters?
Again, follow me on Instagram, Joseph.Witherspoon.
We're gonna change that soon. But go ahead.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
He's so quiet. It's so funny.
Go ahead, Jason.
Well, guys, thank you so much for having me again, Miss Azure. I love my Danaya Azure Radio. I love the way she does that. Sounds so radio voicey. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter is JAYMCQUAIN. My Instagram is the real Jason MC, also known as Jason McQuain. Also follow me on YouTube, the real Jason MC, and keep a lookout. I got some big things coming this year that I can't talk about. Again, if you are interested in my masterclass in March 23rd, 24th, the link is in the bio on the Instagram. You guys have an amazing day, and off to Miss Danaya Azure.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much, Jason.
Anytime.
And Joseph. Like, it's so fun. I love when he comes to town because we always have so much fun. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Snapchat, and now YouTube at Danaya Azure. That's DANAYAAZURE, like the Facebook page, facebook.com/Danaya Designs for You, facebook.com/K First Entertainment, and facebook.com Danaya Azure Radio.
Next legacy.